Number 1. Xxxtentacion. In his documentary Look at Me, X told his record label the age at which he'd die.
And he just looked me dead in the eye and he was like, I'm not gonna make it past 21.
Also making it clear on Instagram Live that he knew that he'd die young.
If I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
The final music video he'd ever film was him attending his own funeral, explaining exactly how he thought it had happened to DJ Academics.
How does this story end?
I live as long as I possibly can, and then boom, I die either of old age or somebody murder me or some shit. You shoot me in my brain, I only gotta feel 2 seconds of pain and then I don't gotta look at you or look at nobody no more. That's easy.
He'd add whoever killed him would be a stupid person who doesn't care about their life enough to try me, but those people exist everywhere. DJ Academics then asks about his car.
Hey, yo, how often do you drive that I-8, bro?
With X then responding, bro, I be driving that and I'm scared as hell, because everyone knows what I drive. People have swerved to record me. I've been scared and thought I was going to die. Well, whilst driving that exact car, 6 months prior to his 21st birthday, X was shot by a group of idiots who didn't care about their life, just as he almost predicted perfectly. When the CCTV footage was then released publicly, fans realized that his song Train Food described exactly what had happened. No clue what there was next for me. Remember, there was people walking, talking in the distance. I was dressed for winter weather, but the summer rays were kissing me. In the distance, he awaited me.
I remember this perfectly because I was a huge supporter of Xxxtentacion, and I loved his music. And people always thought I was emo because I wear all black and also the type of music that I love listening to. I was really heavy on Xxxtentacion, and I was really, really heavy on Xxxtentacion the year he died because it was crazy. I was really emotional for some odd reason. And if you know me, you know that I don't get emotional when it comes to people that I don't know. Of course, it's tragic and I feel some type of empathy because if it's like really, really tragic and sad, of course, I'm going to be like, Jesus, that's really sad. That's fucked up. You get what I'm saying? But I really don't feel emotion to where I feel like I know this person. You get what I'm saying? It will be different from somebody that I don't know when it comes to damn that's messed up and showing empathy in that way, and somebody that I'm close to and something happens to them. Totally different. You get what I'm saying? When X died, to the point where you would think I knew him, you know, it kind of was creepy for me because I don't do that. But it was just real sad for me. And it was just real sad. I don't know what it was. It was just really, really sad. And I never felt like that when it came to anybody else's death that I did not know, but his, you know. I still don't understand it to this day. But yeah, it was real emotional for me for some odd reason. And it's crazy because when this happened, this came out when it came to him predicting his own death and the video. It was crazy how he actually predicted his death to a T almost. It's really, really scary and it's really, really creepy. Like, seriously. The only thing that I could say on how he predicted that was he probably had a dream about it. And he kind of probably knew how it was going to happen. So he made his music and put it in his music before his death. That's the only thing that I could think about onto why it was so accurate. But yeah, that was a real sad day for everybody. And I think because he was also so young and he was trying to turn over a new leaf. When it came to, you know, his music and everything, you could see the change he was going when it came to his music. So the fact that he died so young and didn't get the opportunity to be a father and to also, you know, turn his life over for the greater good, it kind of sucked, you know. It was a really, really sad thing.
With John Lennon predicting his similar fate, although with even better accuracy. Fans had already predicted exactly how he'd die.
Dear Mr. Lennon, from information I received while using a Ouija board, I believe that there will be an attempt to assassinate you.
With Lennon stating in a 1965 interview, we'll either go in a plane crash or we'll be popped off by some loony. 4 years later, he'd released the song Come Together, which contained one creepy line over and over and over, "Shoot me." The Beatles had also made a song called Happiness is a Warm Gun, talking about the joy that a person gets from shooting. However, there was one more even crazier prediction. A local astrologer warned John Lennon he would be shot on an island, prompting the couple to cancel a planned yachting trip around the Greek islands on a boat. In fact, he was not shot on a Greek island, but an American one, Manhattan Island, by some loony who only pulled the trigger for his own sick enjoyment. John Lennon died on the same day as Juice WRLD, December 8th, 39 years apart, which becomes even weirder when looking at Juice WRLD's lyrics. In the song You Wouldn't Understand, he initially confirms that he listens to John Lennon. Then in All Girls Are the Same, he'd instead claim that he really felt like John Lennon, which was repeated in a different track named New Girl. However, most notably, in the song Way Too Much, Juice WRLD calls himself a drug-abusing, codeine-using, modern-day John Lennon, which would be the exact substance that led to Juice WRLD's overdose. It was December 8th, 2019, a Sunday. Well, in the song Sippin' Red, Juice WRLD states, "I'm really starting to like my demons. One day, yeah, I really want to meet them. One day, I'ma meet him on a Sunday." He'd also predict exactly how it'd happen. "I wonder if my habits will kill me. I don't know why, but I get that feeling," further predicting when it would happen in the classic hit song Legends. "What's the 27 club? We ain't making it past 21.
We're not gonna make it to 21. You don't feel that way, do you? Or do you honestly feel that way?
Juice WRLD died only 6 days after his 21st birthday. As for the 27 club,
all of them is crazy because they actually predicted their death. But this one kind of like is crazy because he talked about meeting his demons on a Sunday. I don't know why you want to meet your demons, but okay. Talk about meeting his demons on a Sunday. He died on a Sunday. He was obsessed with John Lennon. He died on the same day John Lennon died. And he died with him knowing that he had a problem when it comes to substance. And he didn't live past 21 when he said we ain't living past 21. This is some creepy shit. Either he was into some, probably most of them, I don't know, this is allegedly. Allegedly, probably most of them are into some type of spiritual shit to where shit like this be happening to them. I believe that words are spells. And if you say things enough, it's going to come true and it's going to come to light and it's going to come into your reality. So I believe that when it comes to these artists and them predicting their deaths, even if they, dreamed about it or anything, because, I said that sometimes they probably dreamed about, leaving it at a certain time or a certain age or something like that. Or they probably just talk about it so much and, detail it so much that it actually happens in real life. But this here, he got the day right. He died on the same day as his legend, which is John Lennon. And he died, he didn't live past 21. Like everything he said came to existence, and that shit is creepy, okay?
Jimi Hendrix knew that he'd be a part of that. In an interview, he'd bluntly state, "I'm not sure I will live to be 28 years old." Similarly, during a 1969 trip to Morocco, Hendrix visited a clairvoyant. When they flipped over a death card, Hendrix took the prediction literally. "I'm going to die before I'm 30, he told a friend. Hendrix further told his fashion designer,
"I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing what I'm doing."
But there was no better prediction than his song The Ballad of Jimmy. He'd write the lyrics many things he would try, for he knew soon he'd die. Now Jimmy's gone, he's not alone. His memory still lives on. He's not gone, he's just dead. 5 years this he said. Jimi Hendrix recorded the song in October 1965, then died 4 years 11 months later in September 1970, just 1 month shy of his 5-year promise. prophecy. John Denver's prediction was a bit more accidental. You surely know him from his most popular song, Country Roads Take Me Home, West Virginia, but it's his sixth most popular song that's a little more intriguing. Titled Leaving on a Jet Plane, he talks about hopping on a flight and never coming back. Now the time has come to leave you. One more time let me kiss you, and I'll be on my way. Hold me like you'll never let me go, cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Well, 28 years after writing these lyrics, John Denver took a flight and never came back, crashing into Monterey Bay just south of San Francisco. This song hits way more once you know that he died at a plane crash. This man left us way too soon, whilst Lil Peep's entire discography repeatedly predicted how he'd die. One of the first lines on his very first mixtape was, "I got a feeling that I'm not gonna be here for next year, so let's laugh a little before I'm gone." When asked about death, he'd further add,
"Everything changes with time. Like, you can't predict where you're gonna be next year. You have no idea."
Which was the main theme in countless different songs. In Life is Beautiful, he'd state, "I think I'ma die alone inside my room," whilst in a different song, Falling for Me, Peep expressed, "I don't want to die, I don't want to OD." As a result, Adam22 joked,
"When you come in and see that, just know that that's a Lil Peep memorial. Well, not a memorial because he's not dead yet, but he's working on it."
Having no clue what would happen only 6 months later, Peep would make a final Instagram post reading, "When I die you'll love me," which would happen the very next day. Peep overdosed alone inside his tour bus, described exactly in songs like Runaway, "I was dying and nobody was there." Tupac had a line that was even more chilling, "I've been shot and murdered. Can't tell you how it happened word for word." He'd also release a song called If I Die Tonight, on which he raps, "I hope they bury me and send me to my rest." Headlines reading, "Murdered to death, my last breath." Tupac was already shot at the age of 23, at which point he'd tell a journalist, "They didn't get me this time, but it's coming." The journalist then asked,
What do you think's gonna happen in 15 years for you, in 10 years? Where do you see yourself?
to which Tupac responded,
Best case in a cemetery. Not in a cemetery. Sprinkled in ashes, smoked up by my homies.
He'd therefore also tell a friend, "I ain't gonna be around long enough to have kids." Tupac added, "I'm telling you, I ain't gonna live past 25. At the age of 24, he'd released the song Death Around the Corner and claimed he was having visions of leaving here in a hearse. The final music video he ever made was for I Ain't Mad at Ya, in which he walks out of a venue and is gunned down unexpectedly. 4 months after filming it, Tupac walked out of a Mike Tyson boxing match and was gunned down unexpectedly. He was, as predicted, 25 years old. But you can't talk about Tupac without mentioning Biggie, whose one and only album he released while alive was eerily titled Ready to Die.
"I think somebody's trying to kill me. I'll be waking up paranoid. I'll be really scared."
It featured songs like Who Shot Ya and Everyday Struggle, on which he states, "Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door." On another song he raps, "I swear to God I feel like death is effing calling me, but it's this interview here that's just downright scary." Biggie announces the name of his new second album, Life After Death, to be released a month after the interview. Well, 13 days later, Biggie was shot and killed, meaning Life After Death was released 16 days after he actually died. It featured songs such as Last Day and Somebody's Gotta Die, then closes with a track titled You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You. Mac Miller's songs followed a similar theme. There's an extremely long Reddit post highlighting every Mac Miller lyric that foreshadowed his death, and even then the top comment is, "There's more than that, my friend." Many come from his 2014 mixtape Faces, which featured songs like Funeral and Grand Finale, as well as lines perfectly predicting, "Suppose I'll die alone from an overdose of some sort." On the mixtape he'd further state, "A drug habit like Philip Hoffman will probably put me in a coffin," although 2 years later he'd changed his tune. In his Stopped Making Excuses documentary, Mac stated,
"Overdosing is just not cool. There's no legendary romance. You don't go down in history because you overdosed. You just die."
On his song Perfect Circle / Godspeed, Mac further added, "Everybody say I need rehab. They don't want me to OD and have to talk to my mother, telling her they could have done more to help me, and she'll be crying saying that she'll do anything to have me back. I need to wake up before one morning I don't wake up." On That's Life, Mac Miller told the world, "I'm headed to the other side, where the grass is always greener." However, there was no crazier line than this one rapped on Brand Name. "To everyone who sell me drugs, don't mix it with that bullshit. I'm hoping not to join the 27 Club." Well, Mac died 3 months before turning 27, overdosing on pills mixed with fentanyl. One of his final lines, released just 35 days beforehand, "I can feel my fingers slipping. In a motherfucking instant, I'll be gone."
This was crazy and creepy at the same time because it's like every single one of them predicted their death or said it so much in their music and in interviews that it came true. And not only did it come true, it came true in the way that they said they would leave here. Very creepy. Very creepy. And like I said before, you have to like watch what you say and what you put on your life, you know? They're speaking that negativity in their life, or they're actually having visions or dreams of not making it, you know? And it seems like a lot of them was having visions or dreams of not making it, or they just probably spoke it so much over their life that it actually came true. So rest in peace to everybody in this video. Your legacy will live on. Your music will live on. You will not be forgotten. And yeah, that's about it, guys. But what do you guys think about this video? Leave your comments down below, okay? I hope everybody have an amazing Thursday. It's almost Friday, guys. We're almost there. I hope everybody have an amazing Thursday. Remember, don't worry about failure. You don't have to be right once. Peace.
Fanatics with the fucking plug.